Hi everyone, it's me, Krylios, Team Racing Productions MC and producer. And joining me today is Matthew Frumin. Welcome.
Thanks for having me, Krylios.
Hello, Matthew. How are you doing today?
Great. This is going to be a lot of fun.
Awesome, awesome. Well, it is great to have you here today. Now, how we like to kick things off here is just to have our guest introduce themselves to our audience and let us know a little bit about your background and experience.
So that's wonderful. Thank you very much. I am a husband and father of three DCPS graduates. I've been very, very active in our local community. I served on our ANC. I've been the chair of the board of the Tenleytown Main Streets. I chair the board at the Lisner Home. I've been active on senior issues. The biggest thing that I've been doing over many years now is advocacy around education. I created a citywide organization to advocate on behalf of schools that is made up of the ward education councils from all 8 wards and a series of other advocates, and we've been able to make a real difference. Kick-started a similar organization here in Ward 3. It's a little bit kooky, Krylios, about how much I've been doing in this community and for how long, but it's what floats my boat, and I love doing it. And so here I am running for the city council.
And we love that for you. So tell me, what is it about this time, this election cycle, this election season that made you want to throw your hat in the ring and represent the citizens, the residents of Ward 3 on the Council of the District of Columbia?
So it's a great question, but it's a pretty simple answer, actually, because I have thought for years that if Mary Cheh did not run, that I would run. And I served as her treasurer in her last campaign, and I served as her treasurer in this campaign, because when Mary said she wanted to run, I thought, she's done a great job. I want to be supportive. When Mary dropped out, I had to run. I've in a sense prepared for this job for 10 years. I didn't know that I would ever have the opportunity to pursue it, but there it was. And I feel like I've made a real impact in the roles that I've had, but I think I could make an even bigger impact on behalf of the residents of the District of Columbia on the council.
Certainly. So tell me, Matthew, what are your top 3 issues or challenges that you would really like to tackle if elected to the council, come election day?
So given my long history of working on education issues, education is giant for me. And I think education is, frankly, it's the economic opportunity issue. It's the affordability issue, because so many people feel like they can't live in the city because they can't live in neighborhoods that they could afford because they think the schools are not going to be good enough for them. It's a fundamental racial equity issue. I think so much is bound up in education, and I've worked in that area for such a long time as an advocate for Ward 3 schools, but as an advocate for schools around the city. When I was a strong advocate for the modernization of Murch Elementary School, but at the very same time, I was a strong advocate for the modernization of Orr Elementary School east of the river, now known as Boone. And I'm really proud to see Murch, and I'm really proud to see Orr. So that's one issue. At the other end of the spectrum, I've been very active on senior issues. We have a lot of seniors in Ward 3. We have a lot of seniors in the district. And we need to make sure that we're serving our seniors as well as possible and making for the greatest quality of life for them and for their families. So I'm interested in kids, and I'm interested in seniors, and I'm interested in everybody in between.
Wonderful. Now, as you pointed out, with Mary Cheh stepping down, decided not to run for re-election, so many have thrown their hat in the ring for Ward 3. Now, let our viewers know why you are the best choice for voters come election.
Well, thank you for that as well. So there's 2 sides of the coin of what a council member needs to do. One piece is you really need to be steeped in the community. You need to know people, you need to know what their perspectives are. You need to be able to talk with them and work with them and try to find common ground. Another piece is you need to understand the Wilson building, and you need to be able to work with people inside of the Wilson building and inside of the city government. And I said there were two pieces, but there's three. Another very big thing is that you need to understand the city as a whole. You may represent one ward, but you need to work with people and understand the perspectives of people in all parts of the city. Well, I hit the trifecta. I've worked for years in our community and successfully found common ground on issue after issue to get things done. I've worked with people in the Wilson building to take the ideas that we've worked on as a coalition that I've built and make them a reality through legislation. So I have the outside and I have the inside, and I've built a citywide coalition. I've worked with people in every corner of the city. Everywhere I go in the city, there's somebody who knows me. And there's somebody who knows me because they think that guy went to bat for me. And so that's important. And that's probably particularly important for the representative of Ward 3, for people in other parts of the city to feel like that person is an advocate for them.
Certainly, certainly. Now, let's get people up to date when it comes to dates and deadlines. When does voting begin here in DC, and when is the date of the primary election?
Oh, you're giving me the tutorial. So thank you very much. I really appreciate it. I could have done some of this without it, but the big thing is that the ballots go into the mail on May 16th, and that's when election day starts. We all talk about election day at the end of your process or near the end of that sheet of June 21st. And a lot of people are going to vote on June 21st, but a whole lot of people are going to vote between May 16th and June 21st. It's actually a wonderful thing that voting happens over that extended period and allows as many people as possible to participate. I will say, from the perspective of a candidate, giant challenge. The idea that election day is 1 week away, or not that it starts in 1 week, is a daunting reality. But it's our job to be up to the job of persuading voters as soon as possible to be on our
certainly. Well, of course, please keep these dates in mind. Of course, the deadline to update your voter registration with party affiliation is May 31st, 2022. So if you want to check your voter registration status, you want to pledge to vote, and you want to register to vote, you can go to headcount.org. Once again, that's headcount.org to check your voter registration status, pledge to vote, and register to vote. Now, Matthew, how can people find out more about you, find out more about your campaign, follow you, keep up with what you're doing, and support and donate if they want?
Well, I love the way you're thinking. So I sent you, there you go. Thank you very much for doing that. So that's me and my wife in front of our house. And my wife is an artist, and you can see our house is like no other house you've ever been in. That's not to my credit, that's to my wife. You can see this sort of drawings on our front door.
Wow.
But over to the right, and if you come into our house, you would think you've never been any place quite like it. And I don't take credit for it.
And the question is, was it your wife who designed that behind you?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not sure she designed it. I think she went out there one day and did it.
I see.
And that's the way she. Oh, but go back.
No, I'm gonna go back. I just wanted everyone to see it behind you again, from a bigger perspective.
Oh, okay. And you can see my little sign that my wife made also. So to find me on Twitter, it's at Matthew Frumin, and on Facebook it's at Frumin for Ward 3. And maybe the most efficient way to get information, or maybe that speaks to my generation, is at my website, fruminforward3.com. And if you go there, you can learn a lot about what I've done, what I stand for, and have a vehicle to sign up to help. Today, Krylios, happens to be my birthday. So,
oh, happy birthday! Happy
thank you.
birthday!
Thank you very much. So if there's anybody out there who wants to give a birthday present and take a look at my website and try to be a part of our movement, that would be great.
Definitely. And
Not
we're
guilt,
gonna
not guilt, but
and we're gonna have that website in the description below. So our viewers, you can go ahead and click that link in the description and find out more about Matthew. Keep in touch and support a little bit. It's his birthday.
There you go.
Matthew, thank you so much for joining me today. It's been such a pleasure getting to chat with you, and I wish you best of luck on your campaign.
I really appreciate it. Thank you for doing this.
Certainly. Those watching, please follow Team Racine Productions at Team Racine on all forms of social media. Click around our YouTube channel, check out our videos or interviews or vlogs or forums, and make sure you check out our Election 2022 playlist, where we have interviews with candidates from all across the DMV and even nationally. And while you're there, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. But most of all, thank you for watching. Bye, everyone.